Hello lifestylers, Lushawn. If you've just found my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting me on Lushawn's lifestyle. So today's video is super duper new to my channel. It's our household budget. I am now going to be incorporating that into the channel. Made some big changes as to our budgeting technique. Now, this format that we're doing is not new. We've done this before, and I've done all kind of different formats, and the hubby just kind of says, okay, whatever you want to do. He just kind of goes along with it. So I've decided to kind of go back to this one. So if you're interested in my new household budget and all that entails, keep watching. Okay, so for the household budget, I didn't want to go out and, spend a whole lot of money on the planner and all that good stuff. So I decided to go the printable budget route, and I of course had to support my girl, Her Courage to Plan, here on YouTube. I will have her linked below if you are interested in her printables. And she's on Instagram, she's here on YouTube, and she has an Etsy shop. So if you're interested in what she does, check out our YouTube. She goes in depth with her products and whatnot. So I decided to use that. I wanted something, easy peasy, something that I, wouldn't have to have to do a whole lot with, because it's the household budget. And yeah, I still have my personal budget, and that'll still be on the channel as well. Just made some changes to that. So I printed out her March's kit. This will be starting for March. So I kind of made my own little binder here. I laminated like this page, and I bought some rings. I think I got them for $2.99. They were like half off or something. So I just got, this was just so colorful, so I decided to go with this. So I probably won't I know you're watching, Megan. I don't know how often I'll be buying printables, but because I love this so much, it's so pretty and it's so colorful, I just kind of was making copy. I went copy crazy, girl. Anywho, so I laminated this and added the rings. And then in the inside, I just used what she had in the kit, and it just says this planner belongs to, and I just put Phillips household for that. I use the at a glance calendar just so for reference if I need to go back to it. And then I also put in the bill tracker page. I still got to fill this out. I haven't had a chance to do that. I have so much stuff going on, but I put that in because I want to write down all the bills that we are currently paying. So that's one little section. And then I went to, where'd I go? Office Depot, I think, and got this little set of tabs for the year. I was looking for the blank ones, but I couldn't. They had them, but it was like bulk. I didn't need that many. I just needed 12. So I didn't do anything for the first month and the second month, of course, because we weren't doing the household budget this way at that time. So now for month 3, which is March, she has the March cover. Most likely, I can tell you right now, I'm probably just gonna like wipe this out and redo them and just do this each month. I just kind of like the colors, and then it kind of coincides with my rings, and if I start putting other stuff in, it's gonna clash. So I did that, and I did double-sided tape, and I taped the calendar. She has the dashboard calendar as a part of the kit. So I did the calendar like that on that side to that budget, and then I did on this side, I did the one-sided tape to the monthly budget page, the month. So here's what it looks like. Let me move that out of the way. So here's what it looks like open. And what I did was I utilized the, I have a budget sticker book, a couple of them. So I use the numbers to chart out the month. Everything I used was from the Happy Planner budget, dates and numbers, and the budget sticker book to do this, and then put down the bill, when the bills were due and whatnot. What I didn't do was the pay, but the pay, we've decided, like, I get paid on the 1st and the 15th, but my husband gets paid like bi-weekly. So what we've decided to do is just pay the bills on my pay cycle. So he'll, you know, and we have one account, we open an account for specifically for the household bills. So we'll just put our share of whatever we're putting in there. It can be directly deposited. So decided to do it based off my schedule and pay the bills off my schedule, and easy peasy since I'm doing a budget. So there's that. And like I said, he just kind of goes, okay, whatever. He does. He doesn't like fuss about stuff like that. So on this page is here. Again, I gotta put in my pay dates, but yeah. And then cash envelopes. We are going to utilize cash envelopes for the household budget, and I'll get into that as well. But yeah, this is what the page looks like as a whole. So then I did a two-sided for the monthly budget page that I'm going to work on right now, and then per check, since we're doing the 1st and 15th, we'll have 2 paychecks. So that'll be 2 paycheck to paycheck that I will utilize, and that's all I have in here. And this will just replicate itself each month. I'll just make, you know, print out copies of the download that I got from Her Courage to Plan, and do that, unless there's a color scheme that comes out in her when she's doing her kit that will coincide with all these colors I got going on here. Then I'll print, you know, I'll order from her again. But for now, I think I'm gonna use this because it really coincides. And even my husband was like, oh, that's so cute. And it's hard to impress him. So yeah. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started with writing this out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out and move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and take a look at what my numbers are, or the household numbers are looking like for this coming month of March. So let me bring my flower black for some color. All right, there we go. Okay, so the way we decided to do it is I went through and I got all of the bills and added them all, everything that I can think of that was household related, strictly household related. And then did it on a spreadsheet and came up with our numbers. So we know what we would be contributing from our paychecks. So we did an even split, and it's our total income that we will be, well, we'll just go her. So his and her. So we're going to be putting $21.50 each person for the month, and that totals out to $4,300. So that's what we got going on as far as what we're contributing each from our pays. This isn't our paychecks, it's just what we're contributing from the paychecks. So that's what I'm balancing off of for the month of March. So our bills, basically we have mortgage. And I'm sorry if this is grating on your nerves. I didn't realize it sounds really loud to me. But planned is $25.41. Actually went down, I was shocked. HOA And it went down because they redid, those of you who have a mortgage, you know, they do the analysis, the mortgage, the escrow analysis if you escrow and whatnot, and then it can fluctuate your pay. I mean your payment. Okay, then we have HOA. And HOA, although I'm only putting in the $75, this is paid quarterly, so I'm just gonna put HOA and put a Q. And then we just are going to put $75, and it'll just sit in the account until it's time to pay it. But just for monthly calculations, that's the way I did it. Then we have electric, and we are on the budget plan. So our bill is always the same, and that's $248. Then we have water, and water, my son pays that, so I'm just gonna put 0. I leave it here just so we, like if something happens or whatever, but he's very responsible, he pays it, but we're just gonna put 0 because that's paid by him. And then we have excuse me, we have Spectrum, which is our wireless, and that is $70. Then we have YouTube TV, and that currently is $57. Next is True Green. True Green is our fertilizing company that for the grass, for the lawn. I think most people know about True Green, and that is $48 a month. Then we have our lawn man who cuts our lawn service. So a lawn service, and that is $75 a month. He is super awesome. He cuts our grass twice, and we only pay $75, but we've had him for a while. Then we have the tree trimmings. He does our tree trimmings semi-annually, but we go ahead and we want to start just budgeting that out monthly, so when it's time, then we can just say, hey, do it, and pay him. So tree trims. Next is our household savings, and we've decided to do $25 for the month. Okay, next we get into the debt, and we're still going to keep it listed here because it's just the minimum payments. So we have Canes, and that was for furniture. And you all know the whole story. I've told you all countless times about the hurricane and replacing and gutting and all that good stuff. Then we have Amex loan. That was for our flooring. It's $125. The good thing is that these are almost done. So then we have Synchrony, and you guys have heard of Synchrony. Now I know I've been paying Synchrony. We moved it over because it was for furniture, and my husband had been paying Canes, and we, like I said, we looked at what it was that made sense to move it into the household. So even though I have Synchrony here, I'll be paying just the minimum, but it's still going to be a part of my snowball, and I'm going to pay it off. So soon that'll be gone regardless. But this is what we decided on. So it'll still be a part of my debt snowball because I'm still paying it. It's on this side instead of on my personal side. But when it's time for it to be the snowball item in my snowball, you'll see me still pay the minimum here, but I'll be paying a lump sum on my personal budget, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense. I've mapped it out. It makes sense in my mind. So, all right. So that's Synchrony is $56, and BPS is $139. So those are our 4 debts, our household debts that, or what we consider should be in a part of the household to get paid, that we're going to be paying off. But again, like I said, I'm looking at the balances are like, all of them are like under 2,000. So yeah, so they're going to be getting paid super quick. And then, so that is my total expenses, bills and expense debt for the household. So that totals, and I already added this off camera so I can save y'all some torture there. So that comes out to $3,560, $3,560 for our total expenses for the household. And you know what? I probably should have put my savings over here. I really should have done that. I'll do that next time. Next is the cash envelopes, and we are going to do cash envelopes for the household. So our cash envelopes are for our house cleaner. She's awesome. And I know people are like, what? You're on a debt? But listen, I work a lot. I travel a lot. So I keep my house tidy, but she does the deep cleaning. So house cleaning, and that is $150. Next is groceries. And I had to explain cash envelopes to my husband, even though he saw me using them for my personal budget. Like, I really had to like get in depth to tell him like, this keeps me on budget. This is how I stay. And you know, like, he was like, oh, okay. So anything to save money, he's like, okay, he's right with it. So our grocery is going to be $500 a month. And then household items, I had been doing household items, but now we're going to change that, and household items will be a part of the household budget. So, and that is $50 for the month. And then we have our last is lawn care. Now lawn care is different from lawn cutting, because my husband has to, like, he'll go and get things that need to be done in the yard, or like my son will run over a sprinkler head and he's got to go to, so lawn, it's the care of the lawn, not the cutting or the fertilizing. It's like when things happen, or he has to redo the border or whatever all that stuff is. So it's lawn care items. And that we're putting $40 a month towards that. So cash envelopes come up to $740 for the month. And yeah, so let's go ahead and add these up. Yeah, I'm thinking I should have taken the household savings out of here and put it here. Yeah, that's what I should have done. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna put household savings. So household savings. So, well, it says savings here, so I'm just gonna circle savings, household, and it's 25 for the month. So I'm gonna add that, that's 25 for the total here, 740 here. So this is gonna change. I'm gonna take it out of here. And this is what budgeting is all about, people. Sometimes you just gotta, it may not, you know, come out perfect every time, or may not be in the exact spot you wanted it initially, but you just go in and you tweak it. You're not stuck to it. So let me do my quick 3560 and 25 minus 5, 3. So we're at 35. Okay, so, all right, so now if I remember correctly, the way Megan does this is she takes the income, so 43 is the planned amount, 4,300. Then the less the expenses, which is 35, and the 25, and the cash envelopes. So that should put me at a zero base budget, because that's what I'm doing. So let us check it out and see. All right, calculator. All right, so we're at 43 minus 35, 25, 740. And we're at a zero. So there we go. 0, 0, 0. 0. So household is at a zero base budget. So this is the plan. This is the new plan for the household. So we shall see how this works out. I'm sure it will just work out perfectly. I have no doubts, none whatsoever. So yeah, so this is the new household budget being introduced to the channel, and what we're going to be doing with these expenses. So if you lasted this long in the video, you already know you're a lifestyler. Check out her Courage to Plan and see what she has out there as well. And until my next video, hugs and love. Bye.